with 240%. So a lot on that. They did some UI updates where you can more easily see loot in your inventory, like reactors. It shows like the type of reactor and stuff that it is on there without having to hover over it to look. Guns now have little UI things like that. Yeah, kind of just like some quality of life things, fixing some pain points. They made the fusion reactor bosses as well have less total HP, and they also drop ammo and health more, sounds like, as well. So that's good. Yeah, they're doing some good stuff for sure. I forget what else. I don't know. I guess one of the big things, like this acrobat set, the bonuses on the bottom are flipped around. It showed like 21% skill crit rate, and then firearm was 5%, but it's actually a 21% firearm critical hit rate boost. And so I think you can hit 100% crit rate on this with certain guns if you use this set now. It's 20, like, let's say if you got a 50% set, right? 20% of that's going to add 20% is going to add another 10% on there, and I think you can get up to 90% if you have like a random stat roll of weapon crit plus all the crit mods you can add in. I think there's some guns that may have 100% crit value, possibly. However, that set functioned like that the whole time. It just the text didn't read that way on there initially. Let's see, how many of these materials for weapon? I got 3,700 now. That's huge. So I can actually start go crafting a set. Acrobat is actually a really solid set. Acrobat's really good for stats. If you want to go for the 4-piece set, let's see here. I have all of it in here, so let me pull it out. So full acrobat is shield, HP, defense. So two HP pieces, 1 defense, 1 shield. So it's pretty respectable. You can hear the nerf community cringing right now? About what? Why? I don't think anything was really nerfed from what I saw. Oh, they also... well, they nerfed Frostwalker. Well, they didn't nerf him, but they made him... I don't think they nerfed him. They made him more reasonable for a wider range of players. Because you had to be MLG God to, like, really do Frostwalker's mechanics in the past. But now, Frostwalker goes into his enrage slower. Or his immunity phase, his frenzy. And in his frenzy state, when you pop his legs, those also drop flames now. So I don't know if you've done Frostwalker or not, but Frostwalker's mechanic will be guaranteed to be completed just by breaking him out of frenzy now. You should get 12 embers on the ground just from breaking all 6 of his legs. So there's not like a, oh, hopefully somebody can pop his top and get enough embers down. So being able to execute the mechanic will be a lot easier now for, you know, pub squads if you're not like an organized team. So I think that's actually a decent way of not really nerfing the boss, but making it more completable, in all honesty. But I don't know. I don't think they really nerfed anything. The things they've only really nerfed in the game so far was more so like exploit fixes. Have I played Warframe? I played a little bit of Warframe like a long while back. Like I think I hit like MR 10 or 11 or so in Warframe like a few years back. But I haven't played it any times recently. Is there some like nerfage going on in Warframe right now or something? Different types of communities. Yeah. Well, what do you mean specifically by like by the nerf community cringing? Like what particular changes in this game? Because they haven't actually really enacted anything that I would like. would get too many people riled up. I feel like the big thing that would rile people up is if they bring Bunny more in line and balance her. Bunny and Lepic just sort of like being way ahead of the rest of the entirety of all of the characters in the game. There's a gatekeeping nerf community that playing this game and talking so much shit. Oh yeah. Like, oh, just get better at the game, you know? These should be elite achievements and blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know. Some stuff I can understand. Like I can understand the viewpoint on that, but there's a balance. There's a happy medium between having things that are hard to complete and achieve and should be like a, you know, a prestigious award to say that you have. But sometimes fundamentally things just aren't that good, even if fundamentally it makes things harder. There's stuff that is hard and there's stuff that is annoying. They want the game to fail because it's affecting their content. Oh, I mean, bro, this game is thriving right now in my opinion, mainly due to the devs. Like the devs are really like, they're going hard. Wait, they put the Luna skin on sale. What the heck? Or, oh, is it because I own Luna? Never mind. I thought they actually, like, put this on sale or something for a limited time, but I forgot, like, owning Descendants. But I guess, like, this is the first time a non-Ultimate Descendant has a bundle like that, isn't it? So that's why that caught me off guard. But, like, the devs are really, like, they're proving themselves so far with this game and, like, how much they care and, like, are listening to the community and stuff. And, like, it only makes me, like, hopeful for, like, the future of this game so far. I mean, like, I think the game's even, like, it came out in a pretty, like, decent state as far as base games go and initial releases for games go these days. Like,
what do you need?
they've got a really solid foundation to build on here. All right, let's get some more donuts crafting. Yeah, this acrobat set, that's why I've been saying, like, I think you can make certain guns absolutely disgusting. Acrobat set, and I was aware that boosted firearms by 21% already, because I was hoping it would boost my skills by 21%.
You're here for modules, right?
And then I realized, I was like, bro, why is this not working for my skills? And then I stumbled across it boosting the guns that much instead, and I was like, oh shit. Pissed off because that the First Descendant is not listening to them like Warframe does. The First Descendant is listening to the whole community as a whole, giving them the middle finger. Oh, so there's people being elitist. There's elitist players. Is that what we're talking about? The elitists, like the 1% that... not even the 1%, like the 1% of the 1%. Elitists are in shambles. Like I said, there's some people can't think logically about things and why they're done versus, you know, wanting things to be a certain way because, you know, it makes it more, like I said, exclusive, I guess. But bro, I bet every single one of those elitists are also just like Lepic, like boss deletion spammers and fucking, you know, bunny only farmers, no other character can farm, yada yada yada. Like, I don't know, man. I think any of the elitist players in the game also play the most overpowered stuff, probably. And they're basically playing the game on easy mode and then complaining about them like making things easier. Or it's like some characters are out of line, like too high, like in the direction of that, where it's like, oh, now everything needs to scale up to be stronger for these one characters that are the outliers, which is bad, you know. When if you have low outliers, then you have high outliers, and there's no reason to adjust everything to a high or low outlier. There's no reason to nerf everything down to the tier of like stuff that is underperforming, and there's no reason to buff everything else in a game to a single thing that is overperforming. It's like, it makes more logical sense to, rather than taking this big chunk and moving it all this way or this way, to take this tiny little thing and bring it that way, or bring this thing that way. If you go into a practice or testing area right now, it doesn't mean that the build is viable. You can make like in the same powerful build, but it doesn't mean it's viable. You can get one shot before you can pop off anything. Yeah, exactly. Like there's like ultra min-max like glass cannon build setups, right? It's like it's effective at this one thing, but then anytime beyond that, then it's gonna like lose its charm, you know? That's at least that's how like Lepic works. Wait, so people are trying to nerf people go into practice areas and make something seem so OP in a controlled environment to try and get it nerfed? That's silly. I mean, I think the devs are like smarter than that they would be like, oh dude, this thing in a practice area is super broken, but like, you know, if you go out in the field then it's not gonna work right. I mean, that's the thing I want. Like, there honestly is a balance in this game where the devs want things to feel broken, but that is what they balance around. Like, Glay having unlimited ammo being like an intended feature is just like what tells that. Like, they're looking for stuff to be fun, but still within the balance range of like what they shoot for in this game. Which is super great. The fact that there's like the game most comparable to this that has issues due to needing balancing for reasons beyond PvE is Destiny. Like so many things get scuffed in Destiny and have been scuffed in the past due to them needing to balance or create things that also like work within the ecosystem of PvP, that it like ruins the fun potential of certain stuff in a PvE environment. And the fact that this game is just all pure PvE like makes a lot of stuff really fun because they don't have to worry about balancing it for humans' feelings, you know? All these AI, if we're fucking deleting and destroying them with stuff that feels unfair, they can't go on Reddit and cry about it. So they can make stuff that's actually fun that the AI is not going to complain about. So that's where I'm having a lot of fun with this game, and it's like I said, it seems like they've got a really good thing here that, you know, if they keep adding more interesting things going forward, I think we'll have like a pretty healthy population for the long term. Warframe listens to the content creators who are doing that. So, okay, so there's like some people who sort of have, they almost have like they're more privileged in what they say, like getting more feedback on it rather than the whole community. Whereas this game, like they're taking in every ounce of feedback from everyone. Small dick energy, yeah. Dudes driving big lifted trucks with loud exhausts. The compensators. Obviously that's just a stereotype as well, but Alright, so let's see. I got about 4,000 of this stuff, right? That was pretty quick too to get all that material stuff. So what do I need to do? We need to throw a catalyst in here. So where are we at? We're gonna throw a catalyst into our M socket here so I can flip these finally. So we're gonna do an M bottom right. Ultimate Ape Jax is nearing completion. Nearing completion he is. Alright, so we flip these and then I flip these too. So we have our cooldown mods next to each other here. We got our range mods over here. Our focus mods are side by side. Our arrow mods are by each other. We got the gold in the middle. Then we have our defense and our HP mods side by side. And it makes a nice pattern. Purple across the top. Then we got blue, purple, yellow, purple, blue. Not only do I need to fit everything into the build, everything needs to be organized in the build as well. You're part of the Warframe community who like both Warframe and want both games to thrive, but also want Warframe to stop listening to the gatekeepers. Yeah, fair enough. Calling it a night, Nitro? Alright, man. Catch you later. At this rate, maybe I'll catch you in the morning. Fuck. Oh, boy. Could you, is that a freaking... It's like a Quagmire emote. Where I've never seen anybody have a Quagmire based emote. That's sick.
Hey there. What can I help you with?
Oh yeah. Alright, so we can upgrade this now. If I have enough to upgrade it, that is. Yeah, gold wise. How much does this cost to max out? Ooh, baby. Wow, I'm just shy. Literally like 30,000 shy. That is cringe. The sus combo? Oh boy. Spank me, senpai. Don't take that out of context, even though it already is. Alright, Ajax. I mean, technically this build, like, I don't really need to... Well, okay, I do, actually. I was gonna say, I don't really need to put anything else into this build to, like, finish it. Because all my mods are gonna be maxed out in here that I'm using. But I need to get a Transcendent mod in here as well. So, more catalysts will be nice here, but it's not super necessary. Like, the essence of the build I have here, it's basically done. But obviously, we want a Transcendent mod in there just because... I think I'm honestly going to roll with this Void Barrier one. Just for my mobbing setup, because having a mobile shield's kind of cool. Kind of nice. But Apejax, I think Apejax is nearing his full potential here. With my final skill power mod actually being upgraded now. We should be hitting some nice numbers with this thing now. I'm excited. I want to go try it out. Now that we're level 1, well, I'm going to go get the gold to level this up the rest of the way. I need just the tiniest amount. 700k. How much do I need?
Ask me anything about modules.
We need 800,000. I need 30k. Let's just go do one more run of that mission I was doing. And then after that, I'm going to go into Sterile Lands, and we're going to test the aping potential of this. See if it holds stronger through Wave 10. Honestly, even without my mounting, it was doing pretty well. But I want to see if it can, like, one-shot stuff without mounting necessary. Oh, I forgot. We're also Mastery 24 now. Let's go. Let's go, squad. 2 masteries away from peak cap right now. And basically, all my mastery comes out of all these guns I'm holding in my inventory. What farming area I find really, like, no? What do you mean by that? Like, in a farming area I don't like?
Descendant, this is number 17.
Or, like, one that I dread doing?
Inside this facility. I'm going in. I won't be long. Only attention of the Order's forces.
What do I like farming the least in the game?
There's movement in the pattern of the enemy forces. They may be waiting for reinforcements.
The thing I dread farming, I
Survey
mean,
of the facility is almost complete.
I think the most tedious thing is probably leveling. I don't mind leveling though, because I actually have fun playing on my character. I probably dread farming all these random purple guns the most. So just like XP farming for these guns is probably what I'll dread most of all. I think the thing that I've found most annoying to have to get most consistently though is gold, I guess. But gold farming's not really annoying because you can do it almost anywhere. So you can sort of do it simultaneously. I just find myself needing it most often. The thing that's probably most tedious to farm is if you don't already have like a good supply of them. The vault keys. The vault keys for Enzo can be kind of like annoying to farm. Honestly, I recently maybe like running out of the materials right now to be able to craft fine access controls was really annoying. I came to this mission to do it and I only got like 4k, which is only enough for fine access controls. So that's probably what I hate the most right now is trying to get stuff to reroll my weapons. Because it takes 2,000 to get 20 access controls, which is one roll if you're going for a 4 out of 4 weapon.
But it doesn't seem to be a commander level unit. Take them out anyway.
So
Inner facility survey complete. No signs of
yeah,
SMO or any call.
I don't know.
I'll need to search a different zone.
The thing I dread farming the most probably is anything to do with... Actually, no, I'll tell you what it is. Void fragments. Whenever you run out of void fragments and you're farming something that you need to do the rotation from like an outpost to a fusion reactor, when you go to do the fusion reactor and if you're out, it's just like, fuck. Like that's the one that just hits you, like pains you in the side the most. if you don't have a healthy amount of void fragment things built up, it sucks. I mean, right now I'm doing pretty well for myself. I got at least 700 of each, just from doing so much sterile lands farming, since that drops a few of them now. So I'm doing kind of okay on it, but like whenever I'm out of these, that's what I dread the most to go get. Which the devs have already said like they're going to be working on reworking those. Well, maybe they did already do their rework of them. Well, no. They've talked about they're going to rework that cycle, that rotation of farming. So like they've already acknowledged that pain point. Also, good to see you, NC. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I don't care. I didn't even rejoin this mission, but I have enough gold to go do what I want to do now. So let's just head out. Yeah, void fragments like feel the worst to be out of, because they just take you away from like an already tedious farm, which are the outposts. And I know the tedium of farming that. When I was going for my ultimate VS piece, which was the first ultimate I wanted to get and farm out, I had to do like 30. I needed 30 plus materials that were all Sharon materials from one of the outposts that had a 2-phase boss to run. But thankfully, I had some absolute chads from chat that were farming with me, and this was before they patched the thing where somebody else could start the reactor and then everybody could open the thing at the end. So I didn't even have a fire character, but for a majority of that farm, I had other people that had a fire character. So I would, since I didn't have a fire character, like I would actively farm the fragments with them and not get anything out of it. But since they could start it and then I could open my my amorphous still, like that kind of eased the pain of that farm, even though I still went through every motion with them, because I would like farm the outpost with them, then I'd go do the fragment, and then like they could at least open it for me. But yeah, it took me like 33 attempts, I think, to get one of the Viesa pieces, and then since then I think I've gotten 5 more of them. Which part was it? Yeah, the Viesa enhanced cells. Took me 30 plus attempts to get one, and now ever since then I have 4 of them just randomly like doing that every so often for other things. So just having breakfast. Very nice, very nice. We're just farming. We just reset Ape Jacks again right now. So I think we're 8 catalysts deep. Well, he started with 4 and I've put in 1, 2, or we have 8. We have 9 catalysts total in him, so I've put 5 into him. I'm 5 catalyst investment deep. And we can actually max out our final damage mod here on him. So the core of the build is finished. Obviously, I can still squeeze a Transcendent mod in here, which I plan on doing. As well as I want to mess around and test some other ideas of builds with him. So having more catalyst space for that might be necessary. But the core of my mobbing Ajax build is officially at its peak, I think, with this upgrade right here. Boom. Like I said, they're cooking. Yeah, exactly. The devs have acknowledged nearly every pain point that I think people have in the game, either through already patching stuff or talking about future things they're going to be doing. Like loadout slots are actually going to be loadout slots now for mods, because as it is right now, you can't truly make a unique build on these because you're still within the limitations of these that you put on your first settings. But they're going to do the update, which I really hope comes with Season 1. I really hope it comes with Season 1, the loadout things to where you can like recrystallize different slots here to have unique builds. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, Hound, the hotfix already dropped at midnight. We went over all the patch notes on the website and stuff already, and it is currently live. So the 2 biggest takeaways are Frostwalker is now more public queue friendly. Which honestly, we could go run a Frostwalker and see what the changes are like for that. They made hard mode infiltrations probably a lot more convenient with more kill based objectives. They got rid of no grapple, no jump thingies. They adjusted one of the missions that was like you needed really crazy percent just to still barely get score. And then fusion reactor farming is a lot better now too. The bosses have less HP and they drop more HP and ammo for people. So don't have to get cucked by maintenance. Yeah, no maintenance today. That's what's really nice too. They do a lot of like updates that are no maintenance required. So that's real nice as well. We'll go do Frostwalker. We could go do a Frostwalker. I'll pub queue Frostwalker and see what happens. We'll hop on Rocky Glay. They would fix the jumping bug. Do you mean like when you're stuck on the ground and you can't jump? I don't know if that's a bug as much as like the server is lagging. I think it's like server lag whenever you can't jump, if that's what you're talking about. How do you change your song? Oh, the song that was added to the queue. You could do exclamation point remove and it would take your song out. And then you could just re-request again. Or I'll put this song into queue for you so you don't have to like redo it. There you go. I'll take the other one out too. Or actually, the other one already played, so there you go. I got you. I got you, sir. You need a good nuke Ajax build? I got body enhancement recently. When you say nuke Ajax build, do you mean for mobbing or are you talking about bossing? I haven't tested anything yet for bossing on Ajax, but I got a pretty nice ape build going on. And I'm curious about Python with Ajax for boss damage. I might try a Python thing with Void Charge, I think. As long as you don't get dunked in 2 hits. I don't know what my survivability looks like inside of bosses on him. It's not really designed for that. But I can breeze through wave 10 on block hyper mining, no problem mobbing it that at least. I'll have to explore more for bossing. Let's see, what did I want to throw on here? I was just gonna throw in that. Actually throw this one in there. Yeah. But let's go see what a Frosty Boy's looking like pub queue. Now, the only problem that might happen now is if somebody yoinks all the fire crystals on the ground. Well, honestly, even that shouldn't be an issue because it sounds like it's going to drop at least 12. So there's going to be an overkill amount of things on the floor. Especially if you break stuff off the top as well. So, like I said, if this change allows us to kill Frostwalker first attempt in pubs, then it's a W change. It seems like it should. I mean, I could even call out, like I'll run and pick things up as well, which, would alleviate that. But usually I don't call it. If somebody else asks, then I'd be like, okay, I'll do it. But otherwise, I assume nobody asking means nobody's going to try and I'll just do it. Back in the day, people used the game server DNS to have better connections to the game. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I get bad server lag though, and you like get teleported back while you're doing stuff. So I assume that is also what causes those weird hitches where you can't like do certain functions in the game. Seems like the servers are getting, the servers are slowly but surely like feeling more stable. Like occasionally I get booted from them. Other random stuff, but oh, speak of the devil. What the fuck? I swear this game actively listens to what I'm saying. They have the desire filter on loot and RNG drops like covered. You say you want something, they give you everything else. I talk about disconnecting, I disconnect. I was re-rolling my gun the other day and I was like, man, that stat was looking kind of nice now that I passed it up, and then they gave it to me again right away. Fucking bro. They're chimed in on my mic. They have somebody live like lurking in the chat, like affecting me directly and like throwing stuff in. Like I swear, man. I swear. Even my FBI guy wouldn't do me dirty like that? Yeah. True. Alright, so far the Frostwalker update looking real good.
Have you completed preparations?
Once a Once I'm all done with this Ajax, I'm gonna I need to get my Glay up some more so I can use more than just Rocket Glay. So I could do Massacre and some other stuff. They need to add Speedos. That's what I was saying when they dropped Swimsuit and like the whole summer update for the girls. I was like, bro, they got to bring Speedos for the guys. Can you just like imagine Kyle or Ajax just big meat slanging out on the battlefield, dude? Like, holy, let the boys get some action too, man. Summerwear for the dudes makes them lose their gains. Right? Yeah, they just all become like scrawny little boys, man. Like, there's no way you're telling me Kyle in that fucking like MK1 Iron Man suit turns into just like normal body size, man. Like, we need these guys to be looking like Gears of War characters outside of their armor, bro. Like, in all honesty, where's that at? Yeah, and then they slightly changed the body models. That's true. I have noticed though that like characters have different heights, unless all the females are the same and males are the same height. Oh my, wait, bro's getting deleted. Oh, it's Lepic, of course. All right, so we pop legs and we should get fire out of every leg. Look at this, bro. There's embers everywhere. Holy shit. Well, this doesn't even matter because this guy's gonna be freaking dead before we can do the mechanic. But yeah, here's the embers. I mean, we unironically got like a good Q here as well, but yeah, they're like the solo carry potential is a lot stronger in this with how many embers are gonna be like all over the floor now. So like if you're the only one who understands or knows how to like pull the mechanic off, like you'll at least have a chance at being able to pick up all the embers now. Because bro, this place is littered with them. Like I don't think any of us actively tried to pop any tops there. Wait, that guy failed the grapple? Oh my god, I thought I was free to just keep blasting, man. No shot, bro. Failed the grapple.
Thank you for saving me, Leopard.
Oh, brother. Honestly, they need to like implement another grapple like freaking tutorial in the game. Like everybody skipped the one time they showed it and don't know how to like hold on, brace for the grapple. That's gonna be another monetized thing for Luna. They're gonna have different music tracks in the shop for her. All right, sick. Sicko mode Frostwalker. Let's see, 2, 3. Yeah, even after it's all said and done, like I can run around and almost grab enough. That's insane. That's great. I think 2 of us can have freaking auras. No, dude. Why? Why would he steal that? Oh man. Yeah, a lot more embers. A lot more embers and Frostwalkers. So, you know, you don't got to worry about scuffing the mechanic due to that. And also, so when if you don't have rockets to blow his things up so easily when he's stomping around, they said that if you use slug ammo, which I guess slug shotguns, if you hit him with the slug rounds when the boss is in his immune state, it stops him from stomping as much. It like staggers him, so you have more chances to shoot them as well. They said they did something like that for it. So way more embers on the ground, and there is a way to kind of deal with his like stompy mechanic a bit more. So you don't have those like 2-second windows whenever he like finally decides to shoot at somebody and stops moving. It sounds like you as a player have more control over when he's stomping and not stomping as much. The problem is, who the fuck is using a shotgun? Who's using slug rounds in the game to do that? I mean, maybe that gives more initiative to try to use them for that purpose. At least I assume that's what they mean by slug rounds is a shotgun, unless it's a mistranslation. But that's literally what it said, is slug rounds will stagger the boss and stop him from stomping more. So, you want to see dedicated modding system for the grappling? What do you mean by that? Like being able to like, what if you could put like a damage, like a dot on your grappling, so if you grapple an enemy, it adds like a poison to him or something like that? Next time I need to listen to this, it'd be making the game more fun. Bro, being able to add a dot on your grapple or something would be kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like before the grapple gets any type of like more build diversity, we need an actual melee weapon. Like, they need to give us a sword that we can build into like as a power weapon or something, or better yet, not a power weapon, so its ammo's not fucking scuffed. But we need blades. I would love to see, or how about one melee type weapon per ammo type? General rounds can get like some ninja stars or something. Power weapons could get a big sword. Impact and special rounds, maybe you could get like a, I don't know, make special rounds have like a, even like a whip, like a melee whip or something somehow. And then impact rounds could be, I don't know, freaking like a javelin or something. I'm just thinking of like melee type enemy or weapons that could sort of fit with the theme of what those are. Like, I don't know how they'd implement it exactly, but I think it'd be fun to have like actual melee weapons like Warframe does to build around. Oh yeah, like if CDR, if cooldown rate that you put into your build actually affected your grappling, that'd be nice. I mean, it's kind of, the grappling is kind of based on like the type of grappling you put in right now. So you can modify it a little bit, but like it's literally one mod to do it. So who knows? Like I said, as far as the foundation of what we have with this game, like they got a really good thing going here. And if they get creative with it and keep expanding stuff and, you know, taking, as long as they don't forget the base stuff in the game and, you know, show love going forward to, you know, sub attacks and even the grappling hook, like making them more in, since they're so built into a character and you have them always no matter what, like they need to like expand those systems more, and then also bring more new creative things into the game as well. For sure. I've been thinking about trying a I've been thinking about messing around with sub attack on Ajax because he has a transcendent mod that like boosts the damage of it. They can convert characters into suits. What the fuck just happened? Wait. Oh, okay. I didn't click here. It was just already on the first one, so it applied it. I was like, bro, since when was Ajax cheeked up? A clan? Yeah, a clan would be cool. Like right now, you can't even have more than 50 friends. Like they need to get like the friends list expanded before we can get things like clans and shit. Player trading? Yeah. Now, what would you hope for player trading? Do we want player trading to be like Warframe, or would we want it to be more like a little bit more like exclusive than that? Like if they go full trading, they need to work the premium currency into the market. So free players can earn caliber for things like, you know, expanding your descendant slots, getting more loadout slots, expanding your inventory slots. Like those things I think need like a free earnable track in the game somehow at the very least. But the other option of trading would be like Elder Scrolls Online has obviously they have like a whole entire like trade market as well, like trading posts and stuff. But then when you're farming things with a group, say you do dungeon, you can then trade any loot you get with other people in that dungeon at the time. And so there's some stuff that can be like universally traded across the whole game, but then there's other stuff that's exclusive to whoever you're grinding with. You can then trade stuff amongst one another. So there could be something like that where like more rare, like desirable things you can at least farm with a group and have higher chances of getting stuff. And that way there, it keeps like a little bit more of like a, like, I don't know if you call it exclusivity or like a desire for certain things. Because at this point, like if they add trading right now, like even ultimate characters I feel like aren't even rare at this point, because I've crafted every single one and it's like, bro, I've got like some of these things for ultimate characters I've got stacks of, like multiple stacks of extras already. So it's like across the entire player base, I feel like ultimates like wouldn't it, like they're supposed to be the most highly desired stuff in the game, and when people have already been stacking up duplicates of it, I feel like the like desire market for some things wouldn't even be too great from to begin with, since everybody's already hoarding stuff. So I'm not gonna lie. Warframe drop sharing? Gotcha, yeah. Will let you help out friends? Exactly, yeah. I was even saying like I could do like giveaways, like I could farm out a whole set of an ultimate or all 4 parts of an ultimate and be like, yo, giveaway time, you know. Got all the parts of an ultimate here for you. Draw a winner type shit, that'd be fun. That would be fun indeed. Alright, so what do we got on? We're doing proficiency on this gun. We're almost 40 on it. This gun I was leveling for catalysts. This gun I was leveling for catalysts. Not 100% like Warframe. I don't want to see Descendant trading, but for weapons and some resource premium currency stuff, because it's not in the market. Not take away from Nexon. Alright, so outside of that for trading, I think, so they've talked about, they've already acknowledged like having duplicate stuff, right? This is a vibe. Tracks the Viber. They've already talked about duplicates and adding like a new vendor where you can trade them in for like more exclusive things other than like gold and Kuiper. What this vendor should have, potentially some more skins for weapons. Maybe not the craziest stuff in the world if they want to add like cool skins to like buy, but have some sort of like free to earn skins by trading in duplicate stuff. They need paints in there. You need to be able to get more paint out of this vendor that you trade duplicates into. And I think if they're not willing to put like just general caliber out into the ecosystem to be gotten free, make painted, yeah, well that's different stuff. Yeah, permanent paint should just be a thing, honestly, because through natural gameplay, from what I see, you can only earn at least, I think you can earn every color at least one of from completing all the like journal challenges or whatever the hell they are. But like only one, like come on, that's only gonna go on to one skin when we have like 20 plus descendants in the game. Well, okay, not that many if you consider like ultimates and normals duplicates, but you know, over 20 descendants, you're telling me I can only put this on one of those descendants for one skin is kind of like oof. But yeah, if they add paints earnable through that like duplicate trade-in system, that would be good. And like I said, if they don't want caliber to just be freely gotten to where you can spend it on anything across the game, they need to add descendant slots, loadout slots, and inventory expansion slots in there that you can earn like one by one. If they still want like cosmetic things in the store to be exclusively that, at least like throw a little bone out there so the free-to-play players who don't care about spending on skins can at least not be limited to like gameplay affecting things like a lack of inventory, a lack of being able to have more than 10 descendants, being able to make at least one loadout for every descendant you have. Because right now, what, like I haven't bought any preset saves and you can only have 9. You can't even have as many loadout slots as there are like descendant slots in the game. Like that's kind of, that should have at least been a given to have 10 and 10. The one thing I did do, I have enough for every descendant, so I have 21 slots, so I can have every descendant all leveled up and stuff. Even though I'm probably never gonna touch like the non-ultimates, you know, versions of these, and there's no reason for me to keep them. I probably could do that, but yeah, I think little quality of life things like that need to be earned freeable. If they don't want caliber freely used on anything in the game, then we at least need to have those included free to earn somehow via grinding. That's my take on what should be done with duplicate stuff, and if they're not going the trading route, or if it's going to be a long time until trading comes into the game, they need a premium vendor like that. A premium vendor that kind of lets you get some of the simpler exclusive things like that in there. Maybe even if you save up enough or get like a lot of the currency from trading and stuff, you could also maybe, you know, make it a lot more of the materials, but let people get some crystallization catalysts in there, maybe even an energy activator. But you know, those are like the peak things that you can earn in there. Some of the consumables, even some axis controls in there wouldn't be bad. All that kind of stuff, having an optional route to use them to get stuff without having to craft it all. Yeah, exactly. Like things that are like more tedious and grindy in the game, like have those to where you can just take duplicates and get really useful items in the game that will like be helpful long term. So that way that premium vendor truly does feel premium. Like he's kind of like the they could just make him the black market, just make him Xur. It can be the Xur of this game.
Enemy structure operation. Initiating full-scale blocking operation.
Let him have like really cool stuff that, like, you know, you don't come by as often as other things in the game, that doesn't drop like candy. That way you have something useful to do with all your excess farming crap that you get. I think they're already, like, I feel like some of these things I mentioned may already be involved in there, and some of these stuffs you guys are bringing up as far as hold on. Do I have my max MP on? I am. Am I out already? But they already said they don't want it to just be simple rewards like Golden Kuiper, so I feel like some of the things we mentioned here could already be ideas. But as far as what I'm talking about, I really hope that they like are willing to put some of their monetized things in there. Like I said, like Descendant slots and paints, like those things are already like on the cheap. They're already like on the really cheap end of what they're selling in their shop. So, you know, as long as it still requires some effort to get, and or, you know, farming to get duplicate items, I don't think it would be too harmful to like their earnings they'll get out of people buying stuff in the store for those more simple things like that. So I mean, there's already a maximum limit to how many slots and stuff people can buy, so there's going to be a point where people stop buying those anyways, and it's not going to be a you know, a source of income for them anymore, since there's a maximum limit to it.
You're next.
Like as long as they keep making the kind of skins they're making right now, like shit, we'll be good, bro. We'll be good. And that would give like a lot of that would give like a nice level of trust to the free to play, like, or people who like complain about like the monetization in the game, and you know, them being Nexon and all of that. I think that would be like a nice little nod towards the completely free to play community. It's like I'm free to play in the sense that I did not buy any Descendants. I grinded every single Descendant and all that in the game. Like, I'll grind for that stuff, but you know, I'll buy cosmetics here and there, or I'll buy like the convenience things, like more Descendant slots and stuff like that as I see fit. But
Let's go.
I mean, the devs are already on like a really good track record with this game as is. Maybe not on the monetization side of things. People already see the prices is ridiculous, but honestly, like, the prices aren't a scam unless you're willing to buy them yourself. So people who complain about them being too expensive that never even planned on buying them anyways, well, they're not an issue, because if you're not buying them, you're not getting scammed by it, you know, quote unquote scammed as they call it, say. So it's like, you know, like it's not a big a deal if you're, you know, not scamming yourself buying them. You know, but some people it's not a scam, you know, if they justify it, you know, it's their time that they're spending in a game. So if they justify that price being okay, then sure. Maybe in the long term, as far as like, you know, game markets go, like if people are getting away with pricing things at this and people are still willing to buy them, then, you know, maybe there's going to be almost like power creep in a game. There's going to be monetization cost creep in a game where things get more and more expensive over time. But honestly, like, if you go beyond all of the like pay for convenience stuff in the game, which is like getting energy activators, catalysts, and characters instantly in the game, a lot of the pricing is on par with like Fortnite even. Like the ultimate skins, if you earn an ultimate descendant and then want to get their ultimate descendant skin, they discount the like $50 package down to like 20 just for the skin alone. That's on par with a gold skin in Fortnite. Like they're not going super far out of line with other like general like price practices in like, you know, microtransaction games right now. So outside of like the one-time big guaranteed purchases, and I mean the thing is as well, none of the monetization in the game is a loot box either. The game itself is a big loot box. All the free parts of the game is the loot box. So they're not there's no gotcha in the game. You're getting what you get for the price you pay. You know exactly what you're getting. So, you know, that's kind of like another like, I guess, good thing about the monetization. Even though I do agree, like some of the ultimate stuff does feel a little higher. Like, bro, an energy activator, $24, $6 for a catalyst. I mean, like those are really high prices, but honestly, those things in the long term in the game aren't going to be too crazy to come by anyways. So everybody's like, oh, these are so expensive and like blah, blah, blah. But like anybody who's going to be a real grinder in the game and even going to need that many catalysts or energy activators in the game is probably somebody already going so hard that they're going to have an excess amount of them anyways. Like I've probably used over like 50 plus catalysts in the game that I've grinded. And I think I've probably even earned like 10 energy activators in the game almost to this point. Yeah, I mean they already thought of that ahead of time as well. Like every amorphous material in the game has a purpose, since every single one has a crystallization catalyst or an energy activator in them as well. So whenever you're farming outposts and you get the wrong drop, in the moment you're like, shit. But, you know, later on in the long term, it's like, you know, you can use those other drops to potentially get a chance at getting something that is universally good across the entire game. Listen to this. Warframe for a Primal, $75 and extra more money for their cosmetics, so over 100. Yeah, like, bro, everybody was saying prices for stuff in this game is crazy, like, crazy high compared to Warframe. Like, I don't know what the Warframe economy looks like, but most things people are like complaining about trying to compare this to Warframe now is like you can't level as quickly in this game back to max. Formas and the energy activator equivalent in Warframe are way cheaper in the economy of the game as well. And people are also complaining about like the mod costs being too high for build diversity, but honestly, I don't know. I kind of the way they've approached it in this, like, people think they should have just copy pasted Warframe for it exactly. But what I like about the mod costs in the game and crystallizing the character is when you have a full maxed out build, it feels like your character is fully stacked because you're using every slot for, like, you know, if you have all, you know, 16 cost mods in, plus a transcendent mod that costs 5 when it's maxed out. Like, the fact your character is fully using every slot possible when it's maxed out nearly feels kind of cool in a way, because it makes the character feel like it's fully leveled out. Like, if you got like 20 plus extra space when you have all maxed out mods on the character, I feel like it would seem kind of like a wasted, I don't know. It's like a placebo effect where you feel like you're not maxed out because you're not nearing the max capacity. Obviously for more loadouts and stuff, the re-leveling process is kind of tedious if you have to redo catalysts for that and whatnot. We did talk about some ideas for that as well though, like if every time you put a catalyst into a character, if you got a permanent XP boost on that character, like a 5% XP permanent boost every time you used a catalyst, by the time you use 10 catalysts, you have permanent 50% XP gains for lifetime on that character. That would ease the pain of re-leveling. Somebody else had an idea I actually really like a lot, that based on your mastery rank, whenever you reset a character or a gun, that's the level it resets at. So, you know, being mastery rank 25 means your characters and guns start at level 25 when you reset them. Warframe was hard to re-level. It's just like that's the thing as well. Like Warframe has been out for years and years and years, and people are comparing things in this game that's been out only barely a month to a game that's had 10 years to grow and create, like, you know, loopholes and stuff in the game. Everybody's like, oh well, if this other game already figured this out and, you know, fixed these pain points, why didn't they just do it from the beginning? Well, it's like this is their own product. They can do what they want with it, and they can learn and grow from it. And obviously, like, these devs are more than willing to change things that the community finds unfun about the game. These devs are committed to making every aspect of the game acceptable and fun from the community standpoint. Like, they truly care what people think. Like, they obviously some of the things they've put in the game from the beginning, like outpost 5-minute timers, and like the objectives inside of infiltration operations where you have to sit there and wait an artificially, like, guaranteed amount of time to finish an objective. Yeah, sure, maybe those were originally designed to, like, keep longer playtime, player retention for whatever reason, but, like, they've already changed both of those things within the first month nearly of the game. So obviously they're willing to, like, you know, come to an agreement, you know, meet in the middle, make ends meet with the community on these things to, like, make these gameplay loops tolerable. They've already said they're back in the lab recooking the whole void fragment, like, rotation with outposts and stuff and whatnot to make it a more acceptable feeling thing as far as, like, the community is concerned. Like, yeah, they're a little annoying, but personally, like, the band-aid changes they've already made is, like, a lot more than most devs would ever do in a game. They'd be like, just deal with it, bro. You know, it is what it is. But, like, they truly don't want anybody to be unhappy doing anything in the game. They just want everybody to enjoy their time and make things feel fair based on what the community deems fair, not what devs deem fair, which is a huge, like, W from the devs themselves, like, willing to be like, you know, we will forego this in thinking that this was a good idea to make people play longer. And, like, I think they understand that the whole idea of this game is already a grind, so artificially increasing grind with more, like, unnecessary grind things is kind of, like, not a good idea for retention, because instead of, like, grinding the game that is all about grinding, people will just say see you later eventually, and they don't want people to do that. You know, they want to make people happy with what's directly all the gameplay loops, so that they'll be willing to grind out these insane RNG, like, chance thingies that there's a ton of in the game. You know, let the RNG be the time consuming part of the game. Don't put in artificial systems to make people grind longer. You know, just leave people's grind times up to the heart of the cards, because in the end RNG balances itself out anyways. For every really shitty drop you, like, had to get, you're gonna get another really easy drop, you know. For every 30 plus tries you took on something, you're gonna get a first try drop somewhere in the game.
Time to get up, Sharon. Stop.
They need to release the leveling mission. I mean, almost everything in the, like, you can kind of pick your poison on where you want to level. Like, personally, I like leveling in here. Like, when I solely want to focus on leveling, most of the time I always want to be earning gold, whatever I'm doing in the game as well. So leveling alongside this mission is good gold and decent leveling, maybe not the fastest thing in the game. But what I really like about this for leveling and just gold grinding is I don't have to worry about my inventory management. Like, sure, maybe doing that other mission is more convenient because I'm also getting materials to dismantle and stuff, but by doing this, I can just earn my gold and my XP without having to freaking dismantle my inventory, like, every 5 seconds. Yeah, the game is still in its infancy. Exactly. Like, the game... Oh my god, I got a gold one. Let's go. Was that wave 10 already? 12 minutes? Holy shit. I was on autopilot, bro.
Get a real feel for it.
Ape Jax. Ape Jax has got it, bro. I barely even felt we were on wave 10 there. I was just running it, son. Oh, so they also, okay, well, this is still an issue, but I can't... I don't know if this is intended or an oversight, but once you leave the mission results screen in here, you can't get back to it, so you can't do any restarting in this. If you back out of that screen once, everything else in the game, you can go back to previous mission results, so I don't know why that's like that. But they also extended the restart timer to 60 seconds now with the patch. So that's the... I was There were some boss fights where I had a good team and then I didn't restart fast enough, and I was so fucking pissed because I was like, oh, now I gotta go back into public freaking, you know, RNG matchmaking. But what's the Ajax build like? This one is purely solely for mobbing. And I mean, I can't tell you like these stat lines right now exactly, but I'm probably like weird opposite Ajax because as far as my health stats go, I'm 4,000 defense, and I'm built into HP on this, just because I think HP is undoubtedly the best stat in the game. If you stack enough HP, you can get away with not having defense or any elemental resistance. If you stack defense, though, then that doesn't cover your elemental resistance. If you stack elemental resistance, it doesn't cover your physical firearm attacks from enemies. So enough HP feels like it almost negates most like things hurting really bad in the game. And since I built it more for mobbing, it's kind of like it's almost like I built Ajax nearly the same way I built my Viesa, for like maximum cooldown, and for just pure damage. But we have maxed out range on him, so we have the 18-meter radius and 12-meter radius on these. I put 5 catalysts into this to have all these mods maxed out. But yeah, I have all the damage mods, so I have my focus on ones for the skill power bumps with the cooldowns. I put non-attribute Synctium in here for that skill power. I got Spear and Shield in here for that skill power, and I guess a little bit of defense there. I got Stim Accelerant in here. And then yeah, I went max cooldown, and I just counter like the minus 30% max MP with MP collector, and max MP for me is like a must on my sensor. So I rock that, and it's enough to like sustain like ability spam. And then I also got this really good reactor here. I got cooldown and range, which is exactly what I wanted, more cooldown. And then blue range is enough to hit max when you have those two the blue and purple range mods on. But yeah, we're rocking. So on my 2 and 3 abilities, that's what I'm built into here. We got a 3.9 second cooldown on the Void Walk and 2.9 second here on Expulsion. So obviously I could throw Void Charge in here as well, like as a Transcendent mod. That could make it even more spammy. Or Void Explosion, rather. Void Charge is the jumpy one. But what I don't like about putting this in here is when you put Void Explosion in... Or wait, no. So yeah, for this one, it's still tech. What I really didn't like about Void Charge, like it sounds cool to stack defense and make them stronger, make your skills stronger. But this one was a no-go for me because this makes this scale tech and this scales dimension. So for that, I'm like, no thanks. I don't want these scaling differently. I want both of these to scale off of tech. So Void Charge was a no-no for me there. Void Explosion is still a maybe. I was thinking about using Void Explosion maybe for like a boss type damage setup with this, with Python, so that I could like do 2 Void Explosions within the time I stack the debuff for 1 Python clip magazine. But what I don't like about this is this drops the overall skill power on the attack down to 1,000 and 1,100 versus being, you know, 1,300 and 1,400. So personally for me, the cooldown is fast enough on this Expulsion anyways, 2.9 seconds, to where I don't feel like I need the second charge on there. I'm not spamming it that hard. This is more so about hitting big raw damage per attack, because I jump in, stomp a group of enemies, and then pop this, and everything should be dead at that point. That's the goal. Jumping onto the enemies and then using 1 Expulsion should then be dead, so then I could jump out of the next group, and then Expulsion will be refreshed by then already to just hit another enemy and just like... And so I'm just trying to like 1-2 combo everything that I land on for mob clearing here. So that's where all those are kind of obsolete. So I'm thinking just using Void Barrier, just because it's actually an ultimate Ajax one. So it feels cool to actually use the exclusive ultimate perk on ultimate. As well as just having the mobile barrier, it could be good because this is kind of an agile build anyways. It's supposed to be based on moving him around a lot. So having the mobile barrier to go with that just sounds kind of nice. So that was my like thought process on this setup, and this is the most fun I've had in the game is on this Ultimate Ajax setup. I can't lie. Like the Ultimate Ajax mobbing is so much freaking fun, bro. Yeah, one more catalyst. Exactly. I'll probably like max catalyst the rest of this. Well, I don't know if I will right away, but like because we're gonna get the loadouts in the future, so I don't know if these would necessarily go with like a bossing type set, or I do want to make a sub attack build with this too. So that's where this mod might come more in handy, since this gives more damage to the charge sub attacks. I'll mess around with that, and I already like looked into it. You can stack like every sub attack build. They don't limit you on sub attack builds or sub attack mods. These ones don't have like, they're not support or arcade tech, so you can actually put every sub attack mod on if you want. So you can have defense off of every charge sub attack. You can get knockdown off of every sub attack. Well, with a cooldown. You can get your HP recovery and MP recovery in the same build. Gladiator. This will give you 100% cooldown if you're killing on everyone. So, oh yeah. Appreciate the follow, Bubs. Thank you, man. You're picky on those. F-Hound as well with the follow a bit ago. I don't know if I said anything about it, but appreciate you, dude. Hope you guys are enjoying hanging out here. But I'm enjoying our constructive conversations right now. We are vibing with those for sure. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, Apejax. I think Apejax is... This is basically the full potential of what the damage is going to do. I mean, obviously I can mount Python because I got this. Honestly, this is probably the best reactor drop I've gotten in the game. Unironically, this Ajax reactor here is probably the best one I wanted. I wasn't even necessarily going for Python mounting, but Python just debuffing the non-attribute, like I think I might be able to transition this into a little bit of a, well, I would say bossing, but I would need a Colossus attack power for that, so I would need another one for that purpose, but I'm purely like focused on the mobbing on this right now, so this is like more than an insane roll for that. I was also considering outside of another big pain point for me in the game right now, the main pain point for me I'd say is components being curated roles when it comes to the defensive stats. So like I was thinking about using Frozen Heart literally for more skill cooldown on there. But Frozen Heart, I think when you stack this full set, it's like 2 shield and 2 defense and no HP, and I'm trying to scale on HP just to be like efficient with my like 1 slot I kind of have for, you know, my survivability mod. And so that kills my vibe that there's no HP rolls on that, considering shield is like really just not that good in the game, and defense like isn't really good unless you have a decent amount of HP. I think it's so criminal that there's full component sets that don't have any HP on them. So this Frozen Heart is shield. Next Frozen Heart is, where the hell is Frozen Heart? Right there. Oh, that one's HP. So there is 1 HP on there actually. I'm blind. I'm stupid. But there are some that are 2 defense, 2 shield, and that's trash. That is trash. But the problem is the majority of the thing doesn't scale how I want it. This is shield. This is shield. So 2 shields, that's already like a big L. 2 shields is massive L. And then, oh, 3 shields. That's why I hated this. That's why I hate this. It's triple shield 1 HP, man. Like, come on. Really now? So, like, I would love to run this. Literally, could care less about the sniper and scout rifle crit hit rate. Could care less about the rest of that novel they have on the 4-set bonus. I just want the cooldown, man. Because there's no other cooldown, like, sets as far as I know. But to get there, I have to be running triple shield. Are you kidding me? Like, I know I can get defense as a secondary stat, and I can get HP as a secondary stat, so maybe it wouldn't be too bad. You know, shield really, like, if you have a lot of shield, it's not too horrible. Like, it just... But, I don't know. I'll have to see what the full set looks like when I'm level 40 and have, like, all the mods on. Like, maybe I would have to... Like, I don't want to get rid of Spear and Shield, though, because, like, it's so, like... The way I have my mod set up, this is the first time I've had a build where I didn't wish I could slot another mod in. Like, these 10 mods feel so perfect for the setup I have. that like it just makes me kind of sad to even think about changing anything on it. And the fact that I can't synergize that setup with what I'm hoping for on this just makes me sad, just because they decided to curate the set bonuses. Like, I feel like that's their way of balancing them, is like, oh, you can't stack all HP on this, you can't stack HP and defense on this, we're gonna make you have bad survival stats to get these buffs. But I think that's just really, that does not promote their idea of build crafting diversity at all. Now, if there was an argument that every single defensive stat in the game could be good if you stacked enough of it, like if all shield was as good as like all HP or like HP and defense, sure. Like if the defensive stats were balanced better, I could understand. It's like, all right, if you want to use this set, you need to invest into this particular defensive stat. But as is right now, you just got to stack HP and you can kind of get away with almost whatever you want. Maybe like a single bit of like defense percent scaling boost helps out here and there, but for the most part, like if you have enough HP, you're chilling. What's up, Riley? How's it going? I'm doing fine today. How about you? Well, actually, it's 3 a.m., but I fucked up my sleep schedule this last day, so that's why I'm here right now. Honestly, I was on till 3 a.m. last night, but that's when I got off. I've only been on for a few hours so far today, so. YouTube videos lied to me. You see Raichu's video about the whole like defense stuff that was made really early. Your thoughts on shield to fix it is that, I guess, let's say 10% of your health, right, as defense to your shields, another 10% of your max defense that will fix the shield issue. Yeah, because like defense doesn't even scale shields right now, does it? I don't even know if defense makes your shield any stronger. Defense only is applied to your HP. As well as elemental resistance. I think it only makes your HP more resistant to those types of attacks. So that's bullshit. You keep saying shield and HP on Ajax with some modules, pulling HP from shields and shields from HP. See, so stack both and then pull from one another. The thing is, when you pull from each other on those, I don't know. Ajax for... I think you either invest like heavily in your defense with Ajax and then some HP, or the other thing. So let me show you something else. Let me show you another reason why you could get away with all HP on Ajax if you want like a more tanky setup for him. So Ajax's other ultimate mod, I actually forgot about this. So that's the other reason I wanted to use this. So this makes the barrier scale on skill power. Let me take these off real quick so I can put this on. So with Void Barrier, this makes the scaling of this skill power. So the HP and defense scaling inside Barrier there, it makes both of them scale off of over 100% skill power. So that makes it really strong by having like this skill power based setup too. So that also synergizes. But Ultimate Ajax's other mod, this Life Barrier one, modifies your Orbit Barrier and Hypercube Barrier to be affected by caster's HP. So on Ultimate Ajax, you can do a stacked HP build instead of stacking defense for these. And look, so 160% of HP twice for the barrier scaling, and this one is 100% of HP. So you can actually HP build for Ultimate Ajax if you want to have like really strong barriers as well by using that. That does drop off the... That's interesting. That gets rid of the rocket bonus inside there though. So if you're going rocket based, that's bad. You don't get explosive attack, but you still at least do get the firearm attack bonus. But that's only when you drop the enhanced skill too. I think the shield should just give it a bonus no matter what, if you drop the enhanced version or not, in my opinion. And then the enhanced version should be a bigger buff to the damage bonus you get. What does this do though? Adding the resistance, it passes your shield. Yeah. It'll still keep the squishy character squishy, and it will buff up the tankier descendants. It'll actually work. So hold on. So let me my thoughts on shield to fix it is that, I guess, let's say 10% of your health as defense to your shields, and another 10% of your max defense. That will fix the issues. So you say based on your HP values, 10% of your HP should just be like more total shield, or it should add more, like it should add a 10% resistance to your shield damage, that like the damage the shield takes. So you could have like, and then 10% of your max defense makes your shield stronger as well. Because yeah, like Ajax, for example, it'll make his shield better because obviously you either have a lot of either HP or defense if you're going tank setup on him. Where'd my mods go? They're up top. Like all the way up top. Max range. Range. There we go. Alright. Yeah, honestly, with old Ajax though, I feel like going away from that defensive scaling, like, and it sounds cool to use defense to scale the power, but like I said, the void charge just kills it for me, that it changes the scaling of the attack. It's such an L, man. Like why you gotta make this dimension? Like these two skills are designed to like pair together. You jump onto them, you boom them. Why scale them? Well, why scale them differently, man? That's an L. That should be changed, honestly, in my opinion. Unless the amount of defense you can scale to get the damage out of that is just super broken. Like, I don't know. Kind of kills the essence of it. That's why like I didn't even bother like prioritizing a Transcendent mod in here, because none of it really like beefed both of these up. Yeah, peak game design. I mean, so I don't think they should ever separate them more. They should never separate the skill typings more with a Transcendent mod. That's just an L play. They should synergize them more, which Viessa, they synergize more. So on ult Viessa, you can get absolute 0. It doesn't state it here, but when using a skill, Ice Shackle's not inflicted, skill lands critical hit, Frostbite. That's great and all. But the best thing about this mod, nice skin, thanks. But the best thing about absolute 0 is, first of all, Frost Road now deals damage. I can run around like Valby and kill stuff. I could run around like Bunny and not shoot my gun, not use another ability, and I can kill stuff. I can one-tap enemies with my Frost Road with this because it adds a skill power modifier to it. And so Viessa originally, everything scales. The first 3 scale fusion, and then these last 2 are tech. But with absolute 0, everything is chill singular. So with this, I can effectively make my Blizzard and my other damaging abilities all scale the same. And that, in my opinion, is just ultimate W. So absolute 0 is like, in my opinion, the way to go. Bossing mod for Lepic. Oh, are you talking about a Transcendent mod? Let's take a look at Lepic. I don't know, personally, like I don't really have Lepic 2 built right now. I've only leveled him up and threw an activator into him. I didn't do any catalyst here yet. This is like my like rough draft of like the nuke setup, I guess, that I have here going a little bit. As far as the Transcendent mods go, I'm not too well versed in him. This sounds like it'd be good. Like MP is no longer consumed, but this honestly just this scuffs it to where it makes the skill damage modifier on this like not 2000. It drops it to like 400 or something stupid. I guess if you wanted a more gun-focused Lepic, like if you wanted to do like an enduring legacy setup on Lepic and not like try and nuke a boss instantly, which honestly the boss nuke has really bad sustain, because once you do that initial nuke, then like Lepic's kind of like trash and a glass cannon for the rest of the fight. Power unit charge could be good if you want it like more weapon-based damage. Chance to recover MP when using a skill, that could be good for like a more sustained Lepic. I don't know about that. Explosive stacks. His grenade's pretty bad overall, so I wouldn't go for that. Or Firearm Master. Firearm Master is insane, actually. This is the one you want, now that I think about it. So this could make his nuke even stronger as well, because before you activate his nuke, you swap weapons, get more skill power, and then, yeah. So you would start in your offhand weapon for this, and then you would swap to your main mounting weapon, and that would, I think it's like a 20%. I honestly don't know how much it is, but this would be the mod of choice right here if you want to boost your skill power even more on a bossing Lepic. Would be Firearm Master. Otherwise, if you want to go for, like I said, a more weapon based one, then power unit charge would be the way to go.